So this is more of a flood concept, but there's a little tweak that Sam Houston uses to run their flood concept. And what they do is they switch up the routes of number 2 and number 3. Okay, and what they do is number 2 runs a 3-step search route, which is coming inside the quarterback's vision right away, where number 3 runs the out route. So it really puts stress on that apex defender. But again, in Sam Houston State's system, the quarterback does not read defenders, he reads receivers, and he takes space. So we're going to take a couple clips here of how this looks out of 3-by-1. So right now, as you can see, the search route is coming right into the view of the quarterback. Okay, here's the defender that has access to defend the search route. Now, as this search route is coming, here's a space that's vacated. If this defender was close to that receiver would be reading the hips of that defender. He'd be throttling down, okay, if those hips came at him. They do not come at him, so that receiver continues to run and takes the space vacated by that defender. The quarterback looks backside immediately. He does make the completion. He does not have to look backside, okay, but again, he sees a one-on-one situation with the bail corner, and you could tag whatever you'd like to tag to this. In this situation, it's the dig. The space is also here on the dig, so it's not a bad choice by that quarterback, but he certainly could have thrown the search route. And we'll get a good look at the quarterback's footwork here for the end zone shot. So it should be three-step footwork, 1, 2, 3, plant. Okay, here's a space as it comes into place with the dig that the quarterback's looking to access. And there it is. And again, the strike point on the dig, we described this all on our third case on our special report. The strike points on the dig is 3 steps into the route, or 3 steps into the break. You'll just see it here from this angle. Okay, same situation, flood concept. It's going to be out of 3-by-1. Now, what this tells a quarterback, you have pre-snap movement. For whatever reason, maybe the receiver is not lined up correctly. It is a trips concept. You have 3 over 3. That alerts right now. Quarterback is looking backside on number 1. Single high safety. Here's the space. The dig is there, and anytime there's an X on any type of route, the super back has a complementary route as well. Okay, so you can see right now. Now, this is a pretty interesting point because Coach Longo, the offensive coordinator of Sam Houston State, was telling us that if the receiver's running the dig and the free safety is low or shallow, he does read the hips of the free safety. If the free safety bails, like you're seeing here, he is going to read now the hips of the alley defender, or that next player. So as that alley defender starts to wall off, the receiver knows that he has to now throttle and take this space. If the receiver continue, or that defender continue to push, now that receiver can run. But again, the space is there. It has to be a pretty good ball, and it is, and it's a completion. But that's the difference between running the dig off a free safety or run the dig off the alley defender, and it's a great example here to illustrate that point. You see as number 22 works here, he's going to start working back to the receiver. That's where the space needs to be accessed. Three-by-one concept again. This is a good example of finding the search against man coverage. Okay, so here comes the search route by number 2. You see this player, this Mike, or this inside backer is trying to wall number 3. There's a lot of space in there. That's where it's going to get taken. This player's hips are far. They're not he's not coming at him, so the receiver does not have to throttle. The receiver continues to run. And the coaching point on this, Coach Longo made a great point, is that if the receiver sees the quarterback and the quarterback sees the receiver, okay, he knows that he's running. He's throwing to his face mask. And again, I think you'll get a better view of it. See if we get the next shot of it here. You'll see what I'm talking about here as a receiver runs a search route. Okay, so now that receiver's continuing to run. Quarterback throws it maybe a little early. Does not matter. He had plenty of time. The receiver's on the run. The quarterback throws the ball on the run. I think I have one more clip for you here. Yeah, okay. So now this is an interesting clip here. Okay, again, pre-snap, you're going to see 3 over 3 here. You're going to see one on one here with a high safety. If the dig is the route that's tagged on the backside, it's perfect against this. Okay, this defender continues to get depth. Receiver is going to push and access this space that's vacated there. Pretty good job defending the search here. Okay, as they're going to switch this off. Quarterback, for whatever reason, decides not to throw the dig. He pulls it down. The window's there on the post. It was actually a post and not a dig, coach. It's my fault on that. You can see the break. But either way, the space is there. Quarterback should have thrown the post. And the receiver does push in and press vertical, which is that press-push technique as Coach Longo and Coach Terrence Archer, the receiver coach, describe in case one of our report. So that's the stick that is the flood concept in Sam Houston State's offense.